Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. A philosopher king, the ruler who prefers solitude of the student to the splendor of the palace. The soldier who loved the arts of peace better than the glory of war. Meditations known as the gospel of those who do not believe in the supernatural. I picked my favorite ones, those that I would love to share with you. And we're just going to start from the meditations from Marcus Aurelius. And here it goes. It is a royal thing to be ill spoken of for good deeds. You can talk about me all you want as long as I'm doing the right thing. Providence shines clearly through the works of the gods. Even the works of chance are not without dependent on nature, being only an effect of that chain of causes which are under a providential regulation. Indeed, all things flow from this fountain. Besides, there is necessity and interest of the whole universe of which you are a part of. Death and regeneration are both mysteries of nature and somewhat resemble each other. For the first does but dissolve those elements the latter had combined. Dare to look up to God and say, deal with me for the future as thy will. I am of the same mind as thou art. I am there. I refuse nothing that pleases thee. Lead me to where thou wilt. God and reason are identical. They say virtue is the only real good, and vice is the only real evil. We should accustom ourselves to watch the eternal course of destruction and realize that the universe itself sustains no harm. The death of one thing is birth of another. Does your cucumber taste bitter? Well, leave it alone. Are there bramble in your way? Avoid them then. Though you were destined to live 3,000 or 30,000 years, yet remember that no man can lose any other life than that which he lives. Now neither is he possessed of any other than that which he loses. Let us use this life well, since we have no other. If we have lived well, we should be content to die, no matter whether our years be many or few. I am likewise convinced that no man can force me to misbehave myself, nor can I find it in my heart to hate or to be angry with one of my own nature and family. For we are all made of mutual assistance, as the feet and hands and the eyelids, as the rows of the upper and under teeth, from whence it follows that clashing in opposites is perfectly unnatural. Is perfectly unnatural. Now, such an unfriendly disposition is implied in resentment and aversion. The best way of revenge is not to imitate the injury. Suffer not your mind to be distracted. It is not permitted for your body to value it no more than if you are just expiring. For what is it? Nothing but a little blood and bones. Pieces of network wrought out of nerves, veins, and arteries twisted together. In the next place, consider what sort of thing your breath is. Why, only a little air. And that not constant, but every moment let out of your lungs and sucked in again. The third part of your composition is the ruling part. Now consider this. You are an old man or an old lady. Do not suffer this noble part of you any longer. Let it not be moved by selfish passions. Let it not be quarreled with fate. Be uneasy at the present, or afraid of the future. After death, there's always rebirth. Though we are not just of the same flesh and blood, yet our minds are nearly related. Now that which is both the product and support of the universe, nature, must by consequence be serviceable to every part of it. Consequence be service to every part of it, but the world obsists upon change and is preserved by the mutation of the simple elements and also of things mixed. And compounded, and what is lost and what it loses in one way, it gets another. virtue was still the only real good, and vice the only real evil. But besides these, they now admitted a class of things to be preferred and another of things to be avoided. Mankind are under one common law, and if so, they must be fellow citizens and belong to the same bodies of politic, from whence it will follow that the whole world is but one commonwealth. Now, social temper is that which man was principally designed for, that which is not for the interests of one swarm. It is not for the interests of a single bee. Toss me into what climate or state you please, for all that I will keep my divine part content, if it but exists and act accordance with its nature. Nothing external can influence us unless we pronounce it good or evil. That all sensations make impressions on the soul. Hold in honor your opinionative faculty, for this alone is able to prevent any opinion from originating in our guiding principle that is contrary to nature or the proper constitution of a rational creature. Do not suppose you are hurt and your complaint ceases. Cease your complaint and you are not hurt. Have we withered or agonized? But that singing may issue thence. Why else was the pause prolonged? Why rush the discords in? But the harmony might be prized. What is our failure here but triumph's evidence of the fullness of days? Thanks for joining me, ClairV, in Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.